All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to our fan favorites of shout outs and rants. We're going to shake it up a little bit. We'll have Matt Kelly, Karen Moore, Karen Woody, and batting cleanup today in honor of the World Series, Jonathan Armstrong. Mr. Kelly, what do you got?
While I could rant about any number of things, particularly what is going on with Washington, D.C. and the regulatory state, I'm going to put all of that aside and just give a shout out to a good friend of the compliance profession, Adam Turteltaub, who is stepping down from his role at the Society of Corporate Compliance and Ethics and Healthcare Compliance Association, where he has been really the number two person there is their chief strategy officer, I think, since 2020. But functionally, Adam has been indispensable to the SCCC and HCCA since he joined in 2008, I guess. He's been there for 17 years, really helped both organizations build up their conferences, build up their learning academies. He launched the Compliance Perspectives podcast, which I listen to often because it is a nice, short little nugget. And Adam has just been a great guy for compliance officers everywhere. He also gave me free press passes and, more importantly, free drink tickets to the annual conference. So I think we all owe him a debt of gratitude. I'm not sure what Adam is going to do next, but a good person in compliance, a loyal supporter of the compliance profession. Thank you for all of the hard work that Adam Turteltaub has done. Even though he is an LA Dodgers fan, he's still a good person.
Karen Moore.
Okay, two things. I said I was going to shout out this website. It's called Accountancy Europe. They're doing a really great CSRD tracker for transposition, really easy to use and informative. But the real shout out that I want to give is to mothers everywhere. I was just up at my mother's house in New York to a constant refrain of, what can I do for you? There's nothing I can do for you. I want to feel like a mother. Let me do something. Tell me some. I said, what you could do is stop asking what you can do for me. I just want to tell mothers that if you have been successful, that by the time you have a 60-year-old daughter, they don't need anything from you except maybe some unconditional love and maybe kind of a lack of criticism over their haircut. They just want to be able to spend time with you. If you've been successful, you don't need to do all that much.
Karen Woody, top that one.
I know that is hard to top. I also am going to have, I guess, a bit of a shout out and voice of encouragement and admiration to some extent for all those who are running for office. We have an election coming up here in the States very soon on Tuesday, and I probably don't want to be overly political on this pod, but I am just hoping everyone gets out to the polls and that the best candidates win. And I, again, admire at all these days. So to everyone involved, bravo.
Mr. Armstrong.
It'll shock people to know, first of all, I prepare. Secondly, I've got exactly the same result as Mr. Kelly. So I'm going to do what might be an everything compliance first, and maybe we'll shout out to the same person. Adam Turteltaub was on my list as well. And he's probably going to hate the fact that we're shouting out to him because I think he's a modest guy, but he has definitely impacted the compliance profession. I think he's certainly welcomed me into SCCE. I got an introduction into the organization from Greg Traguba, maybe 2014, I think. I knew nobody other than Greg and Adam, and went into a room of whatever it would have been then, 250 people at SCCE in Europe. It's always a bit of a leap of faith, isn't it, when you go into a new organization and walk into a vast hall of people you don't know. And Adam was extremely welcoming. He was always, to me, the sort of friendly face of SCCE. That's not to say that other people from the organization haven't been friendly as well, but he's very easy to spot with his height, of course, and his presence. And I think he was the glue that bound a lot of their conferences together. I think the LinkedIn comments have been really interesting to see the outreach into parts of the world where compliance is still a threatened profession rather than a valued one. And I think the SCCE will miss him. And like we've said already, very interested to know where he pops up again. But he can reflect on 17 years of hard work and pushing the compliance profession forward.
I was going to talk about Adam, but I think you guys have done it better than I could. I will just only add one anecdote. I was in Cuba when you could still go to Cuba, and I came off the elevator and I looked up and I saw this big bald spot, and I went, I know that head. That's Adam Turteltaub. And he turned around and there he was. And he and his wife were on a tour from UCLA. She's an officer at UCLA. So I got to see Adam in Havana. But I want to have more of a cultural moment because I want to shout out to Sean Connery. Today is the anniversary, 5th anniversary of his death. And if there is one actor that I have enjoyed literally for my entire lifetime, it has been Sean Connery. Obviously, he was James Bond, but he was so much more than that. He was King Richard. He has been Indiana Jones' father. He has been in just innumerable movies. And I just thought it was a great way to honor really one of the great action actors of the last 60 years, all the way back to, oh, I can't even remember all the way back. But so I'm going to shout out to Sean Connery and honor him and honor all of those great British actors that we're lucky enough to have. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great episode. I wanted to thank everyone for bringing their A game and can't wait to see what we can come up with next time.
Thank you very much, Tom.